Hey everyone, welcome to this battle report. We got the Dark Angels taking on my Tyranids. I'm bringing up my Leviathan tournament list. The Dark Angels are looking to hone their skills here and go up against a list that has performed well for me in the past. Before we jump into the battle report, huge shout out to our patrons, Teos and Brian. Their support means a lot to us. Actually, with their support, we're going to be testing something in this battle report just to see if it's a new feature that everyone will enjoy. There's some equipment I'm looking at. For the movement phase, I'm going to try and capture an overhead view and actually highlight where things are moving, so you get a bit of better view of where where everything has moved around. So potentially getting a ceiling-mounted holder for I just use my phone here for filming, and then just mount it up where it's right, and then I can actually show you where everything moved for the movement phase. So again, trying to refine the battle reports here and really improve the content. But without further ado, let's jump into this battle report. If you're interested in becoming a patron, check out the link in the video description below. Some cool features such as Progeny dice power, and as well as some named models. You'll see 2 in this report. I'm back for another battle report against the Dark Angels. So I brought up my Leviathan list that I've used in a couple tournaments before and a few times on the channel. So it's performed well. We want to see how it plays out against the evolved Dark Angel list. So it's 2,000 points of Tyranids. We have a Leviathan Battalion with a Flying Hive Tyrant with Paroxysm and what's it called? The Horror for his powers. And then he also has Devourers, Monster Training Claws, Murderous Size, and T.Sacs and Adrenal Glands because I had the points. Swarmlord with Catalyst and Onslaught. 6 Zoanthropes with Psychic Scream, 2 units of Barebones Warriors, 10 Termagants, Lictor in the Leviathan group, Dimachaeron, a Barbed Heirodule, and then also have the Exocrine in the Kronos Patrol, Neurothrope with Resonance Barb, and Symbiosis, 5 Hive Guard with Impaler Cannons, and then 3 Ripper Swarms to round out the patrol, and that is 2,000 points of Tyranids.
This list looks familiar, probably. It's got 3 squads, 10 strong this time, of Terminators. And I've got 5 Deathwing Knights, 1 command squad of 2, and then I'm running Belial and Ezekiel, and a Ravenwing Apothecary, actually. I didn't give him the upgrade to have Selfless Healer. Instead, he's going to give +1 to advance and charge. And these squads are pushed back up to 10, so I have the option to combat squad them. I've got some things here are not what they seem. Anything that is a heavy weapon, including just a grenade harness, is actually a missile launcher. So you've got 2 missile launchers in each squad. Similarly, I've got 2 hammers in each squad. This guy, turns out that's a hammer. Other than that, what you see is right there, Apothecary.
All right, everyone, here's the table we were playing on. We are playing the Sweep and Clear mission from the GT 2021 pack that sees deployment. I'll show you here just because visually it might be hard to see. A circle in the middle, a 9-inch bubble from the central objective, and then it is deployment zone here, and then deployment zone along that edge up there. Terrain-wise, there's some new terrain features on the table here. So what we're doing with this Sky Shield landing pad is it's obscuring through there. There is an open slot through the middle. Shooting through there will be -1. Aside from that, it's obscuring in relation to anywhere else on it. Then over here of the Fortress of Redemption, we're just calling this obscuring. You can shoot through the central parts. That's obscuring. It's like 4.7 inches up. I'm going to like build a layer up, but that's the intent with the, and obviously obscuring for this section, but you can shoot through the stairs and whatnot. Then we have 4 objectives. 1, 2, the other one's right under the pad, and the other one is tucked right on the other side of the train there. For objectives, we went with Engage for the Tyranids. What's that? In the center, right? Oh, it's, yes, in the center, yeah. Then there's 5 in total, and it is Hold 1 and Hold 2. And also, this is a mission where if you hold the objective at the start of the command phase, it is yours, so you can leave it in the next turn, which is kind of nice. I have Engage, Rod, Retrieve Octarius data, Direct Assault, Dark Angels with Stubborn Defiance to the last, and Direct Assault. So we'll roll off now, find out who gets to pick deployment zone. So a pretty big moment here. A 3 for the Tyranids. 5. Oh, that's not good. Not
what do you think? I'm going to go with this one.
That side, yeah, we were looking at it. It's pretty decent. So Dark Angels get that side.
Wants to cover.
Yeah, I can hide better. But then that middle objective with direct assault is going to be a toughie. So we'll come back after deployment and see who's going to go first. So we've gone ahead and deployed. Dark Angels chose that side, but over here for the Tyranids, I have my Lictors and the Teos Rippers in reserve. There are a Patronic unit, as well as the Heirodule hero named Brian. Then we have a Neurothrope there, the Kronos one, Zoanthropes, Warriors hiding behind the bush. Hive Tyrant, Swarmlord, Dima, who's hidden from all but one of the heavy units for now. Warriors there, Exocrine, Termagants. That is the Tyranid side. Over on the Dark Angels end, we have heavy squad up here. They combat squad as well, all the Terminator units. So we got 5 guys here, heavy squad there, Knights, the Apothecary in the middle. We got the Librarian, the other 2 squads, other squad here, the 5, and then the heavy one up front, or up behind there, and then the other 5 there. And that was, who am I? Oh, yes, the command squad. I was like, there's one other like little small group that I forgot about that I won't forget about, hopefully, once the game starts. So that's it. We're going to roll off now, find out who gets first turn. So big roll here. Here we go. So Tyranids. Well, the 4, not bad.
Now, question.
Yes.
Can I use my Patronic
You can
dice?
use your Patronic dice if you feel the Patronic
I'm
power.
absolutely... Is this one mine?
Yep, whichever. Yeah, that's Brian. Roll for the Dark Angels. Don't do it to me.
Help me out, Brian.
Don't do it to me. Oh, so you get to keep it, though, because the roll is not finished. A 2. No. Come on, Brian.
Brian!
5. Ah.
Brian!
You traitor. All right.
Good man.
Dark Angels, turn 1 coming up. All right, so taking a look at everything that moved, these guys stayed still. The heavy weapon squad there. These guys moved up to the top. That way this unit can see the Dimachaeron through that side, being that he's 18 wounds. With everyone else, these guys just advanced forward. The entire group in the middle advanced, except for this squad right here. With the Apothecary in the middle, Librarian, and where is below? There he is. He's right in the center. And then this squad over here advanced as well, just getting towards that objective before I can get it. So that's movement done for the Dark Angels. So really taking control in the center. Good objective there for them. Really going to hopefully put some hurt with the Zoanthropes on them. If not, it's going to be a tough one. So we'll come back after Psychic and... So turn done for the Dark Angels. So lost a warrior in a bit from this squad up here shooting down into them, since again this is not obscuring through the middle. The Exocrine took some heat from those rockets in there and lost 7 wounds. Dimachaeron, however, getting shot by these guys first, and all 4 rockets went through, I think it was, and then I made all my invols. So the Dim is just looking strong. This squad fired a single rocket, made it through, and only did 1 damage. So that Dim is just, he's ready to swing back. And that's it. So scoring 3 points for direct assault, holding the middle objective. That's going to be a tough one to take from the Dark Angels. So good start for them. So a 3-point advantage. And that's really it for objectives. And Stubborn Defense will begin next turn. So moving to Tyranids, turn 1. All right, so that is movement done. So Swarmlord came over this way to help the Dima. I'm going to launch the Dima actually over towards these guys and get in the backfield. Kind of risky, but if I can start chopping away at some of those heavy weapons, my monsters will feel a little bit more secure. Over this way, the Neurothrope moved over here. Still in range of Symbiosis on the Hive Guard. I'm going to go for them over the Exocrine, I think, because I can double shoot. Barbed Heirodule moved up here. These warriors puttered along this way. Hive Tyrant jumped this way. I have my Zoanthropes, Hive Tyrant, Neurothrope ready to smite in at that group, so really looking to put out some damage there. Exocrine stays still. The Gaunts move forward, going to hang tight with them. These guys move back just outside of 6 to scan this zone. And that's it for Tyranids movement. So we'll come back after the Psychic and shooting. So quick Patronic power here. So I'm going to use my dice. Brian, doing me well. Zoanthrope's got their power off, even with the reroll. So let's see. All right, Brian. Oh, yeah. So it's 6 mortal wounds coming through on the Knights. So shooting is done. So eliminated the squad up there between the Barbed Heirodule, the Exocrine. I used the Hive Guard to fire at the Knights. Some wild rolling going on for the Dark Angels. I guess, too, as well. The Smites dropping them down a ton. From the Zoanthropes killing off 2 of them and then weakening another. Hive Guard fired in, only chipped off a single wound on them. Made, I think, 4 6 up feeling the pains from the Apothecary. Good stuff. The Dima leaped over here. We've got a charge about to go down, and that's it for the Tyranid's turn, aside from that charge about to come into play, and then we'll come back and take a look. So the fighting is done. The Dimachaeron attacked in, only killed one for his actual attacks. It was real sad. Then his tail came in, did 2 wounds to them. They failed that strength test, and I did 6 more wounds with his spine maw. So he gobbled a bunch up, left them with a full guy in 1 of 2. And then he took no damage in return, made his 5-up involves from Catalyst. So that's it for Tyranid's turn, getting 3 for engage. 1 zone scanned and tying up a unit there. I'm not spending the CP, I only have 5 left. So that's it. We're going to move into Dark Angels, turn 2. All right, folks, so the command squad here at the end of Dark Angels movement, scoring 15 for primary. These guys just kind of came forward a bit to get line of sight on the Zoanthropes. Really wants to chip them away. Gonna keep everything castled in the middle there. Good plan, because it really, if direct assault just keeps going, I can't really stop that. And then that's also points I'm not getting. So it's really gonna give a good edge for the Dark Angels here. These guys came back this way just to support, again, the middle and stop anything from coming up. These guys disengaged, spent 2 CP so they can shoot. These guys are just staying still. They'll charge in if needed, and the Dima is just hanging out. So that's it for movement. We'll come into the psychic and shooting phase for the Dark Angel. All right, so that is shooting done. So Zoanthrope's withering an absolute hail of fire over here from them, and losing only a single guy. Came right down to it. These guys fired into the Dima. These guys fired. They fired. The Dima is down to 6 wounds. So rolling very well with the Dima. Very happy. These guys are going to charge in, though, at the Dimachaeron, and that's it for assaults that are going to go down this turn. So we'll come back, see if they make it. So the story here is these guys went to charge, failed the charge because of having to come down, spent the CP, made it in just barely. Only 3 guys got the fight. The Dima took 2 successful wounds, came through. The Dima made his 5-up invul, attacked, killed off 1 in a bit with his chest attack. His actual attack didn't do anything. And then I spent 3 CP to fight again, hopefully killing off because I'm going to have to shoot them with my Hive Guard. I needed to clear this objective because it's worth so many points for me. But yeah, that's it for Dark Angel's turn. So scoring Stubborn Defense, direct, getting 3 points for that as well. And we'll move into Tyranid's turn 2. So movement is done with the Tyranid. So the warriors that were over here just shuffling this way, Exocrine stayed still. Termagants moved in advance this way, not having anything appear on that objective yet, as I should be able to clear off a few things from the Dark Angels. Swarmlord moved over this way, and either my mate, excuse me, may either move them again or move Swarmlord again and get him over into some safety over that way. On this side, the Barbed Heirodule just kind of stayed still. He can see them and them. Zoanthrope's moved in advance this way. I got a guy up there so I can shoot, smite them or them. And the warriors moved up, scanned this corner for data, and then none of my Lictor Ripper staying away. Dima left there, so he is contesting that objective if they weren't objective secured. However, I'm going to hopefully use my Hive Guard and finish them off. Big if I got double tap to come through on them, so really big time for them. So let's go into psychic. Right, so shooting is done. Over this way, I did a wound to one of those guys, I believe. With the psychic got shut down this turn, so not nearly as much damage as before. So the middle's pretty intact. Swarmlord killed off a guy there. The Exocrine killed off another. Big story this turn. Spent 2 CP down to 1, and Hive Guard shot in, killed off 1.5 guys. Shot again and got an absurd amount of hits. I think it was like a total of 12 wound rolls went through. I got a whole bunch of 6s with Symbiosis Storm. They're gone. The Dima holds that, and so it's a pretty big deal. But this center is still going to be tough. However, the Tyrant is going to charge at that command squad over yonder. It is a 5-inch charge to make it in because I add 1. Or sorry, I need a 4 on the dice because I add 1. I'm in. So with a 9, so adding 1, so that's 10. So we'll come back after that fight. That ends the turn. Tyrant didn't do anything. He took 2 wounds, so that's all he did to himself. Scoring 3 for engage, 3 for direct, having stolen that with the nasty old Dima, and that is it for the turn. So we'll come back after. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned these guys. Swarmlord launched them over. They are holding this objective now, right through there. So that's it. We'll come back after Dark Angels turn 3. All right, so movement done for the Dark Angel. So spending the 1 CP they had, moved in advance. These guys had to get a 4 on the dice, got a 3, re-rolled, got a 4. So taking that objective back because they are OBSEC. I really wish I had my Rippers in there. But then everyone else just kind of adjusting the middle, really securing this because it's just worth so many points. Plus there's some units there that are also worth points if they stay alive as well. So, and then these guys are staying in combat. That's it for movement. Scoring 5 per primary this. Shooting and Psychic down. The Dima drops 1 wound, still alive. This guy is just an absolute nuisance here. That's the combined might of all these guys and surviving against those rockets. So that was pretty big. That's it for the turn, I believe. Oh, actually, there's some combats to go here. And that is it. Or maybe these guys will charge me. Well, that ends the turn. These guys, well, I killed off a Terminator there with a mortal wound from my T.Sacs. And then he passed both his saves. Against the 2 attacks that went through, and then these guys just went for the charge, just whatever, to see if they made it, but it was a fail. And then Dark Angel scoring 3 for direct assault with that, and then scoring a total of 8 points for this turn. 31-14 is the score right now in favor of the Dark Angels. The movement is done. Swarmlord came up this way. These gods just staying on this objective. Warriors just moving over. Neurothrope moved in this way. The Barbed Heirodule is coming in along with these Zoanthropes. Warriors in the back there have grabbed that objective. And the Dima is moved forward towards those guys. That's movement done. Scoring 10 for primaries for this turn. And the Rippers have arrived along with the Lictor scrambling that corner. So I only have this one here to do. So that'll be the job for the Termagants. Shooting is done in Psychic. Swarmlord came up this way. No powers from him going off. So shutting down quite a bit this phase. Zoanthrope's getting some damage through though, dropping those guys down to 3 of them, and then the Barbed Heirodule fired and finished off the other one. That's the tactical Terminators there. So there's 2 left. Swarmlord dropped him down to 1 wound. These guys got double tapped by the Hive Guard as well as the Exocrine, dropping them just to 1 guy to face down the Dima. And so for charges, the Dima is going to go in there at that guy. That fight will continue. And I'm going to attempt to charge here with the Rippers just to tie those guys up. Probably a bad idea, but if a Ripper lives, it's going to be good. So we'll come back after all the fighting. Oh, and Swarmlord's going to fight there. So we'll come back after all the fighting goes down. All right, so that ends the turn. So Swarmlord, or Dima, continues to just be an absolute problem. Took care of those guys, grabbing my direct assault objective back. Swarmlord came in hot with 2 mortals and then just whiffed as all the MLs came through. Then took a bunch of wounds and returned, I think, 4 wounds altogether. The Tyrant finished off his nemesis just barely, causing a mortal wound to get rid of him. And that's that. So Tyranid scoring 3 for engage, 3 for direct. So the total score is 31-30 in favor of the Dark Angel. So come back after Dark Angel's turn 4. So it's Dark Angel's turn. We kind of jumped into because nothing moved a whole lot. The missiles fired in. The Dima's down to 1 wound that from the combined might of them, him, and Ezekiel's pistol. Then the Apothecary fired in with his plasma thing. Plasma Talon. 1 wound went through it, failed it. I got 1 wound left. I'm rolling to feel no pain. So we're going to capture it just because this Dima has just been...
He lives?
Living. Ends the shooting and... we forgot to do the Psychic. We'll come back to that because it's not going to be against the Dima. We jumped right into the Dima because... he does not like the Dima. So the Dima lives after all the shooting, so Belial is going to go get him. But there is some Psychic that we forgot. But we're going to do it again. We just jumped into that because that Dima has just been such a nuisance. But so the fight's going to go down there and then continue combat with the Swarmlord. Oh, the Dima has fallen. Belial, there he is. Had to come in, take him down, and did it quite handily as well. So the whole game, I just tanked wounds upon wounds until he came in and I just failed everything. Swarmlord got dropped down to 3 wounds, didn't do anything in return, so they're just hanging out, and that's it for the turn. So Dark Angel scoring 3 for direct assault, 39 points in total for them to 30 for the Tyranids as of right now. So we're going to Tyranids turn 4. Tyranid turn 4 is done. The Barb came in and finished off the Knights there, and then Swarmlord got mashed up by them. The Rippers came up, did a wound, lost 2 guys, and actually passed morale because they're Kronos and all the way over there. That ends the turn. I wasn't enough to clear off everything in there, but slowly clearing it out, but they're definitely going to get maxed on direct assault. So going into Dark Angel's turn 5. All right, that ends Dark Angels turn 5. So scoring a total of 5 for primary, getting direct assault, keeping that objective. Lictor is still present there with 1 wound. Those Rippers, however, were killed off. And that ends the turn. And then that Tyrant is down to 2 wounds. Bilal came in and diced them up a little bit, and he did nothing in return. So that is the end of turn 5, Dark Angels. All right, folks, so that's the end of Tyranids turn 5. We're going to call it here. We just quickly played out the rest to get us a final score of 83 to 50 in favor of the Tyranids. So we were just talking about it, and quite literally the Dimachaeron won me the whole game, I would say. Just leaping him back there and just being an absolute nuisance. Being very unstatistical always helps, but not something you can always count on. Because we were talking, and the Dimachaeron, if he died early on, that would have been stubborn defense points coming up. He also scored me a total of 9 direct assault. As a result of him, I got to score direct assault. So Dimachaeron, hands down, did very well.
Absolute MVP.
Yeah, he's just all-around MVP there. Very happy with how it performed.
I feel like you need to paint him a new hat or something.
Yeah, he needs like a sticker, a badge of honor, a purity seal. And for how the Dark Angels played, though, I think it was great. It's just, honestly, I think the Dimachaeron, that was interesting. So you were saying the only thing you would have changed is having more units back there, you think?
I think so. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to try it with more guys back there and maybe Azrael back there to give them the invuln.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it requires a bit more thought, but I think that'd be a good start.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was really, the Dima getting back there was just the game changer. Aside from that, though, a good game. It was quite down to the wire for a little while, so really seeing how the middle played out, but we'll definitely be back for more.